in conclusion, we're going to talk about how that upper performed. The upper pretty much ran flawlessly. We didn't have any hiccups that were the fault of the upper itself. Surprisingly, the red dot was on because I took that off of another firearm, a different caliber, and it still worked. So the first lower that we ran it on was the SBR lower. That was the 9mm dedicated Foxtrot Mike FM9. Nice upper, really nice upper. But we ran it with the Korean stick mags. Those ran flawless, even though we only ran 10 through it. We ran it with the ETS colored magazines. Those ran flawless. Once again, we only ran 10, and then we ran it with the drum magazine, which that setup was sick. I like that setup the most, but no issues there. So then we moved to the lower that I specifically made for that upper, and this one took the P-mags with the Endomag insert, if you remember correctly, and those ran without a hitch. Yeah, those ran fine. The only issue that we seem to have across the board was the last round bolt hold open did not work with any of them. So I don't know if it was the bolt not going back far enough to catch the bolt hold open, or if it just didn't work with those magazines. But we even ran some suppressed. We had an issue the first time we ran it suppressed because this pin, which is the pin for the hammer on this lower, had started walking. So what happened was the hammer shifted over and it caught the edge of the upper. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right there, there's a little blemish where the hammer caught it and it wouldn't let it close. So, and it was causing a delay with the trigger. So you'll see that in the video. I'm gonna slow it down so you can see the delay where I pull the trigger and then nothing happens, and then boom, the gun just goes off. So that could have been a catastrophic failure, but we found out the reason was because I had switched the pins, the trigger pin and the hammer pin. So if you're ever putting together a strip lower and it's a Spikes Tactical, be aware of the pin, because it's not like other kits where you can use either pin in either one. The hammer pin has the middle slot and the trigger pin has the slot closest to the edge. So just, you know, be cognitive about that so you don't run into the same issue I ran into. But yeah, other than that, man, this thing performed flawlessly. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how to disassemble this part to clean it. It's pretty easy. So with this, you just push back like that, and then there's a little metal piece in here that you can slide down with your finger. Sometimes you can get it far enough with your finger. There you go. So once that slides down, this whole bolt assembly comes out, and so you get your rod, your buffer, and your spring. They all come out, and then all you got to do at that point is tilt it back, and that's your bolt assembly. And that's the farthest you have to break it down to clean it. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it while we have it out. So basically, we got my rag here, got my spray. So we spray it down a little bit on the inside, spray the barrel down, and then I like to use a bore snake. So run the bore snake through there a couple of times, clean the barrel out, and it's pretty simple operation with this one. So And it'll be the same with the standard AR, really, for the most part. You would just take the buffer out, clean the buffer, then you would clean down inside of your upper, get it right how you like it, you know. So that's pretty clean. And then after I get this part cleaned up, I go on to the this is the weight, and this is the weight that actually causes the force with the bolt. So they separate, but they come back together pretty easy. And then we clean our bolt, spray the bolt face. That's where the firing pin comes out, makes contact with the bullet, the round. So clean that up pretty good. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, we'll just do the opposite of what we did when we disassembled it. So we put that back together, and you want to make sure that this part is facing the back. See, that's the end of the firing pin. So that's going to be in the back part. And we take our upper, just slide that in there. Let that go all the way down. Then we put our spring in the hole that was there. Yeah. Wipe this part down a little bit. I don't know what material this is, but that's pretty neat little buffer there. I don't know if it goes that way or that way. I think it goes that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes that way. So then we put that back in, spring, and just push that down in there. So once that's in there, once you push it down far enough, you can just put that plastic part, that metal part back up, and that's it. It's all clean, and now we'll put it back together. Since this is the dedicated loader that I bought for it, we'll put it back on there. And that's our package. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, you know, feel free to hit me up. Check out Matador Arms. Just go to Google and type in Matador Arms. And this is called the MAT-9. It's nice. It's nice.